We're delighted to be joined now by the man who knows a little bit about what it takes to do well in this tournament and get the right players in to get this thing going. That's the head coach of Kentucky, John Calipari. He joins us. John, thanks for being with us this morning. First and foremost, when you saw the brackets and where your team was, what did you think?
Well, I was in the car. We were coming back from the SEC tournament. So the calls I got from my friends, my phone just started blowing up. It was bouncing in the car. And so when I picked the first one up and said, they got you again, I kind of figured we were in a tough area. And you know, the only thing I'll say is Davidson is not a 12 seed. They're just not. I mean, Davidson is a really good basketball team, and most people are picking them to upset us. I'm not sure it would be an upset. They're that good. And then you got Arizona, who should, in my mind, be a 2 seed. I mean, Arizona is one of the best teams in the country. And then they throw us in there, and we're getting better. The issue I have, Trey, is I keep saying conference tournaments. I don't know why we play them. We've won a bunch of them and literally have not helped us, maybe hurt us. It's like it doesn't matter that you won your tournament unless you're certain programs. And then when you win your tournament, they say, yeah, but they also won their tournament. So that's why I'm against it. But look, at the end of the day, everybody's got to play games. Everybody's got to be at your best. I'm happy with my team, man. I'm so proud of these guys. Trey, we start 5 freshmen.
Right. Well,
5 freshmen.
Well, that's the thing that's interesting, John, because to me, I think that the conference tournament helped you guys. I mean, I get what you're saying about the seeding, but it sure felt like getting them through the conference tournament. You guys are playing at a different level than you were earlier in the year. Maybe those extra games helped you guys.
The extra games did help us, but when we were 35-0, we didn't need it. When we were in 2012, when we won the national title, we didn't need it. This year, we were playing. Look, I don't put a premium on conference tournaments. I never have. And when I was at UMass or Memphis or now, what I say is we're using this to just shore up everything to get us ready for the tournament. That's what we use the games for. This year, Jared Vanderbilt got hurt before the tournament. So now I said we need these games to figure out how to play without him. But it's not the conference tournament but we needed them this year. You're right.
Coach Cal, I'm with you on that one. I don't like the fact that you got the draw that you got. Now, in full disclosure, I'm a Virginia alum. Wahoo wah. But we're gonna leave that right there. But I got to ask you about your league, the SEC. A record 8 teams made the NCAA tournament this year. How tough was this conference this season, and what does that mean in terms of your preparation and where you guys are in getting ready for this NCAA tournament?
You know, it's the league was really good and top to bottom. I mean, I could throw Vanderbilt in there. They finished last. They could have beat us twice. They had 5 or 6 games they could have won. You're looking at teams even at the bottom who beat people. And so, the league made us all more prepared. But what I've said and the places that I've been, this Kentucky becomes like the Super Bowl for everybody. And it's everybody's playing with nothing to lose. But we are playing with something to lose. And what happens in March for us, we're the one team that had to play every game with something to lose. Now, guess what? The other team has something to lose. Your season ends. This isn't for funsies. Let's just throw this. Now it does become an advantage for my teams. And historically, whether it was UMass or Memphis or here, that's kind of how the season went. Like we walk in, it's sold out. It's hat night. It's bat night. It's
right.
Cup night. It's something going on. And so I told these guys, we played against zone. We played against pressing teams. We played against teams that pass the ball 50 times. We've played against teams that try to trap and teams that sag and teams that stretch it. We're prepared. Now they got to go play. This game we're playing with Davidson, man, they're the most efficient team offensively in the country. They're going to shoot 30 3-point shots. If they make 20, it's been a hell of a year for us. It's just what it is.
So that's
They're
the bar
gonna
for you?
shoot 'em.
That's what you think is the delineation in this game?
Well, we're not going to shoot 33s,
Yeah.
but they're going to shoot them whether you guard them or not.
Yeah.
Most teams don't run plays for threes. They run plays for layups, post-ups, drives, and then if you collapse, they shoot threes. Not Davidson. They're running stuff to shoot threes. And you know what? They do a great job of it. And they've got terrific players. They got seniors. They got people that they've got a 20-point scorer. They got a freshman that could play for us. I mean, they're good. And that's why I say a 12 seed, man.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see the rest of this field if they're a 12 seed.
Well, you're right.
And again, can I just tell both of you a secret?
Yep.
I haven't looked at a bracket. All I know is us and Davidson, and then Arizona and Buffalo. I know those four. I don't even know who Virginia's playing, so don't tell me. I don't even know who the other part of our bracket is, let alone another bracket. This thing, I'm trying to just tell these kids, focus right where you are. Don't worry. Don't watch TV. None of it matters to us. It's just what are we doing and how are we playing? I've got a team that's never been in the NCAA tournament. I have a team that's the youngest team in the history of the NCAA tournament to play in this thing, the youngest ever. And I got to keep them focused on what's at hand, not what's going on around them, all the clutter.
That is a perfect example of knowing who your players are. Know what they need to know and what they don't need to know. And sometimes that's just as big as everything else. John Calipari joins us. By the way, episode 5 of Kentucky's Inside the Madness series drops on Facebook today. You want to check that out. Now, you mentioned, and Chris
go
ahead.
Let me tell you this. Well, why? Because I had friends of mine say, why would you do an all access? Because I am so old right now. Everybody knows everything about. I don't need to do anything except like fade away and then be done. Okay, so why did I do it? Well, this team is so young. No one knew any of these kids. And so now the focus is on these kids. And you get to know what they're about. Look, the episodes that are coming down now are when we lost 4 games in a row. People will flock to that. Kentucky lost 4 in a row. I want to watch that. But it is, I asked the kids, do you guys want to do this? Because if you don't, we won't do it. And they all looked at each other and said, yeah, we'll do it. Now, it got a little old, and I acted like these people weren't around. Literally, they were a fly on the wall. I mean, I could have cared less. They were in meetings, and we just went about our business. So it should be something that people would enjoy, especially the next couple shows where we're getting our heads handed to us.
Coach, I always say with your teams, they're always the most dangerous when people discount them, when they're an afterthought in terms of who could potentially win the national championship. This is your lowest seed since the 2013-2014 season where you were an 8 seed and lost in the national championship game to UConn. Compare and contrast the two teams in terms of where you're at right now.
I'll be honest, the 13-14 team, we didn't have all these injuries. Like Jared joining our team in midseason kind of screwed us up. And then we got going, and guess what? And then Jared got hurt again. And now we're trying to figure stuff out. But that team didn't get started until conference tournament. We won games prior to the conference tournament this year. So we kind of figured out, but then Jared got hurt. So we had to figure it out again. That team had a couple veterans. They had Alex, and you had Willie Colley, and you had some veterans on that team. This team literally, Sasha Jones is the age of a freshman. He just turned 19. So he's a sophomore, but he's an age of a freshman. This team is unique for me. Now, I'm having a ball. Don't tell anybody, but I'm having a ball. And I'm having a ball because I saw the terror and fear in their eyes when we started losing games.
Right.
And I saw the doubt. And now I'm seeing what joy is in their eyes when they win. And they had to learn to conquer themselves before they could conquer someone else. And I kept telling them, they didn't want to hear me. Until you conquer yourself, you're never going to conquer anybody else. And then they had to understand, oh my, I can't do this alone. I can't be the and one tape. I can't be a pickup game back at home. I can't do whatever I want and shoot when. No, you must do this together or we all die. And they finally learned it and accepted roles. I can't do what he does. No, I'm wide open. You're wide open for a reason. They're not guarding you. Quit shooting. I mean, so it's kind of like they had to. I need you to rebound. You have to rebound. Do you understand? And I'm still getting on them, but I love this team. I mean, it is. They've made me young. Now, I got old during the 4 losses. My whole thought was, okay, where am I retiring to?
Right.
But now it's, you kind of they texted me when we lost. One of the players texted me and said, Coach, we really need you. Like, I don't know if they thought I was leaving them or I was like done. The boat's sinking. I'm swimming to the shore. I don't know what they thought. But I told them, I've done this 35 years. I've seen everything. I've seen the ups and downs. Stay the course, stay with the process, stay together, keep working. You'll break through. I've seen it every year. But there was a little trust issue early, and mainly because everybody was trying to get theirs. And I don't blame them.
No.
It's no different in basketball, football. You got to establish yourself before you worry about anything else. And that's what this team went through.
Well, it's been a lot of fun to see that transformation, John. We appreciate we're up against it on the clock. We appreciate you being with us. Best of luck against Davidson.
No, you don't understand. Yeah. I don't stop. When I don't want to stop, I'm not worried about clocks.
Well, unfortunately, my bosses do. John, we love you. We love this team. Episode 5, Inside the Madness, drops on Facebook today. Thanks, John. We appreciate it.
Best of luck, Coach, unless you're playing Virginia.
There you go.